The strong relationship between the city and the chamber is valuable and something that none of us take for granted. So thank you for having me here today. This is now my second State of the City of Mayor of Shawnee, and I'm honored and humbled, as I've always been, to be in this position representing all of you in this wonderful city of ours. I was at a Chamber of Commerce coffee last month when the theme of this year's State of the City just came to me after being put on the spot by our beloved Mary Taylor. She insisted that we go around the room and introduce ourselves and say a word that signified what we wanted to focus on for 2017. I had no idea. I have to think these things through, and I want to be very thoughtful about these things and analyze everything. And so, Yosemite Sam's going off in my head, and I think of a word, and then Andrew Williamson steals it from me. And so there had been an email from a resident that I had received, and so it had been on my mind, some things that I wanted to work on in the future as far as reaching more demographics and stuff. And so the only word I could come up with was the word more. And at that time, simultaneously, both Julie Breitup and Dave Holtwick's heads spun around and they asked, how are you possibly going to do more? Well, I want to do more. I want to be more places, interact with our residents and businesses more, and see Shawnee as a whole do more. This has been such a tremendous year, and we have accomplished so much. And today, I can only tell you a small part of all that we have done. But there is so much more I want to do. Our community has so much potential, and I want us to keep getting better every day. And I quickly realized this wasn't just a good word for me to focus on for the new year, but for our entire city. So believe it or not, there are more people that help get things done in Shawnee. I'd first like to acknowledge our staff that's out there doing the day-to-day work, taking care of business, taking care of our residents. And then I'd like to quickly introduce my fellow city council members who join me in making the big decisions that impact you in our lives. And so we'll go by seniority, who has more years, right? So we have Councilmember Dan Flum, Councilmember Mickey Sandifer, Councilmember Jeff Bott, Councilmember Jim Neighbor, Councilmember Mike Kimling, Councilmember Stephanie Meyer, Councilmember Eric Jenkins, and Councilmember Brandon Kinnick. So if we could get a round of applause for our council. So speaking of more, one thing I think we can all agree is that we want more of is development. The group in this room gets that better than anybody. We've had some really good projects this year. With Federal Rural Electric Insurance Exchange is constructing a 36,690 square foot professional office building on Renner Road, and will be relocating their 60 employees to this new headquarters. Summers, Spencer & Company moved their offices to the BMO Harris building, and Citywide Electric is constructing a new 7,659 square foot building at 5911 Barton. Near the close of 2016, the second building of Westlake will be filled up with a Mar company, and another nationally recognized company that we'll be able to announce soon is committing to occupy over 160,000 square feet. CentraCare is about to complete their urgent care medical facility on the Parkway in the center with Jo-Ann Fabrics and Harbor Freight Tools. This shopping center received a new facade in 2016. And in other healthcare news, a small hospital has been approved for the northeast corner of 67th and Lackman. We've also been glad to see a number of new retail and restaurant businesses. McAllister's Deli opened a new restaurant on Shawnee Mission Parkway at the former site of Arrow Rents. Joining them very soon on the east part of the site will be Discount Tire. Oshi Japanese Cuisine and Bar opened in the Tin Quivira Center, and Mi Pueblito Meat Market opened in Westbrook Village. Panera Bread recently added a drive-thru to their building on the Parkway, and the other place opened in Shawnee, Western Shawnee, and Shawnee Crossings. Staggs Creek is putting in a beautiful new building at our Shawnee Mission Parkway in Goddard, giving our gateway the look that it deserves. We have 2 new hotels under construction that will be bringing more people to Shawnee, and who isn't excited about B&B's theater renovations? It's awesome to have this state-of-the-art theater right in our home neighborhood. Neiman Now is truly going to change the face of downtown Shawnee, and our hope is that this major makeover will boost business and attract new development, while also making it even more of a place where people want to hang out, have a bite to eat, and do some shopping. It's a multi-million-dollar investment that will not only enhance the look and feel of downtown Shawnee, but it'll also convert flooding streamways into green space and provide even more community connections between neighborhoods and with more trails and paths. Neiman Now is one of those big projects that we want to look back on decades from now and see what a solid commitment this was to our downtown and to making Shawnee even more than it is now. Another development that we really hoping has a bright future is the Westbrook Village at 75th and Quivira. As you've probably heard, a Kansas City firm called Mission Peak Capital bought Westbrook, and we have now reached out to them to see how we can help support a vibrant and viable development in this area. This has long been a property residents have asked about and wanted to see change. We're hopeful that something positive is on the horizon for that area. Most of you in the room right now represent a Shawnee business. We have such great businesses, owners, and workers within the city, and we're honored that each of them have chosen to be here in Shawnee. So thank you, and please know that we appreciate your dedication to Shawnee. And I'm always committed to supporting our local businesses and look forward to doing even more of that this year. But wait, there's more. How about more books, more reading, more technology? We have that on tap too. Construction of the Monticello branch of the Johnson County Library will kick off this year out in western Shawnee, and it's going to be a state-of-the-art facility. These are just a couple of shots of what it'll look like, but they're really working to attract young and old alike by offering more options than what you think of when you think of a standard library. It will feature cutting-edge technology, a rooftop terrace, and trails with interactive elements outside the building. The Monticello Library is just another example of new development that will help draw more people into our wonderful city. And while we're talking about western Shawnee, you may have noticed crews are working now on the Clear Creek Parkway project that will extend Clear Creek between Clare Road and K7 Highway. This will not only allow for more beautiful neighborhoods, it will make it easier for people to drive to businesses out in that area. It's going to be a beautiful road and will also have a trail for those wanting to walk or ride bikes as well. So you're getting it right, more connectivity to bring more development. Of course, to support all these businesses and neighborhoods, we have to have solid infrastructure, including our stormwater system. Inspections show that nearly 31%, or 57 miles, of the city's pipes need to be either completely replaced or have major repairs. We had extensive discussions about this as we worked to put together the 2017 budget. Our council worked together to make sure that the city can fund those much-needed repairs and maintenance. The decision was made to raise the stormwater utility fee to help pay for that. And that was a hard decision because we know that it impacts families, churches, and businesses. But we also know that we will be able to fix more deteriorating pipes now moving forward. This fee increase marked the first time we've had to raise it since 2006, but it is truly allowing us to put more emphasis on your safety and our community's sustainability. But wait, there's more. We obviously have to talk about our police department. I'd be remiss if I didn't take a moment to reflect on what a tough year it was for law enforcement nationwide. These men and women truly put their lives on the line every single day. And this isn't something they just sacrifice for themselves. It's something their entire family sacrifices, and it's all of those officers that keep you and me and our families safe. It's humbling to say the least. I'm often reminded of the dangers of their job as I witness them out doing their jobs. On my way to work the other morning during the fog and the black ice, I saw them out working on a multitude of accidents on Shawnee Mission Parkway, and I prayed for their safety and the dangers of the situations as I passed by. Fortunately, we are blessed to have an incredible community that surrounds our law enforcement with love and support. And sometimes I think Shawnee is the exception to the norm when it comes to how our citizens treat officers. There is a lot of mutual respect here, and sadly doesn't always happen in other cities. So I want to encourage and embrace more of that as our police department continues to grow. As you've likely heard, we landed 2 big federal grants at the police department. One will help pay for 5 more police officers. That means more coverage, more safety, more security. The second grant is making it possible for every single officer to be outfitted with body cameras. That puts us on the leading edge of a trend that is sweeping police departments nationwide. Both of those grants required a local cash match and ongoing expenses. And once again, our council made the decision to put your safety and security first when they approved and accepted both of those grants. We cannot stress enough that your safety is our top priority in the City of Shawnee. So anything we can do to make things more secure will come high on our list every single time. Our police department has really stepped up its game when it comes to community events as well. There have been several meet and greets with the public that have gone over extremely well. They've recently kicked off a series of seminars about a range of topics, including personal safety and residential safety. And who could forget the amazing stories that came out of the Shawnee Secret Santa this year? Talk about heartwarming. That's saying a lot that we have an anonymous donor who thinks so much of our police to entrust them to hand out $10,000. Every officer I talked to who took part in it talked about how much this meant to them, to be able to spread some joy during the holidays and help continually looking for new ways to do more for our community. And for that, we just cannot thank them enough. But wait, there's more. Big things are happening with our awesome fire department as well. We'll be building Fire Station 74 in the northwestern part of Shawnee to make response times even faster. And it will help us prepare, prevent, and protect even better than we do now. The city is currently looking for the best spot for Station 74, and the hope is to have it up and running in 2018. And with a new fire station comes 12 more firefighters, more equipment, and more life-saving coverage for our city. The fire department also teamed up with several other departments in Johnson County to land a $360,000 grant to help pay for self-contained breathing apparatus. This, of course, helps better protect our men and women who are risking their own lives while battling fires and working to rescue people from dangerous situations. Connecting with our community is something we strive to do well every day as a city. This past year, the fire department hosted our city's open house in 2016, and that was the first time we've had an open house in a number of years, so we were very excited to bring that back. But wait, there's more. Our Public Works Department staff managed an amazing street maintenance program this year, completing nearly 62 miles of mill and overlay. This is the equivalent of traveling from Shawnee to Topeka. They repaired more than 12,000 feet of curbs and gutters and 2,800 feet of sidewalk. Our Public Works crews continue to do an outstanding job of maintaining our 10,054 stormwater structures, 791 lane miles of streets, 58 signals, 241 crosswalks, 44 flashing beacons, 2,203 stop signs, and 4,213 street lights. It exhausts me just to say what all they're doing. They work around the clock, and when bad weather moves in, or even the threat of bad weather, as we saw a few weeks ago with the major ice storm that fortunately didn't happen. And the conditions they work in, no matter how cold, windy, rain, heat, when you see them doing their job and they're doing it with a smile on their face, that is priceless and it is very unique to Shawnee. So, thank a Public Works employee, the silent heroes of the city, the next time you see one, because their tireless work makes our lives easier every single day. But wait, there's more. The Mayor's Christmas Tree Fund raised nearly $23,000 this year. That's more than we have ever raised, and it wouldn't be possible without the support of our residents and business community. That money benefited two local organizations, the Shawnee Lions Club for a vision screener for the schools, and Rebuilding Together Shawnee. That money will allow them to do more good for our children and for our people in need. We've had more interest and attendance than ever at quite a few of our community events, from Christmas Around Town to the Scarecrow Festival. Of course, we always have an amazing turnout for Old Shawnee Days, the Craft Fair, Great Grillers, and the countless other events put on through the Civic Center in Shawneetown 1929. There are really too many to mention unless all you want to see a whole lot of more of me than just at these events, because I would be up here for hours. These are the events that I hear people talking about all the time. How they're looking forward to it, or how much fun they had, what special memories they're making attending these things every year. Our city should take great pride in playing a part in these community events and of the people, thousands of people that will remember and talk about them for years. But wait, there's more. Shawnee Town 1929 continues to draw in more visitors every year. We have accomplished a lot from the first 10-year strategic plan, and last year the council approved a strategic plan for the next 10 years. You'll be seeing some big changes outside these doors over the next several years, including the construction of Fisher Chevrolet, Murphy's Filling Station, and Dr. Sullivan's residence. Shawnee Town 1929 continues to be a unique attraction like no other in our area, as it brings in thousands of people every year, young and old, from every walk of life. So thanks to our rockstar staff and the amazing volunteers and donors, it's truly a crown jewel of our community. As mayor, something I always want to be doing more of is communicating directly with the people of Shawnee. I host third Thursdays every month at the Civic Center. We have a group of about 20 regulars and also new faces every month. So they come to get updates on the city, and I also do the quarterly Q&As. That's been a great avenue to catch a different group of people who might not be able to come during the day. And I'm definitely working on even more opportunities to connect with the community, whether it be more business tours or speaking at even more events. You may have noticed we are focusing on quite a bit more on social media and getting the word out for big city projects, meetings, and events. In fact, from this time last year, we have nearly 2,500 more Facebook followers, nearly 1,200 more Twitter followers, and nearly 7,000 people get our updates through Nextdoor. This is truly making it more convenient for our residents to get answers to their questions quickly and efficiently, and also to just get informed on what's happening in Shawnee. We're working on building and launching a new website this year. It's one that is being designed with the main purpose of making information at the City of Shawnee easier to access for our residents. We continue to build more relationships with our community and our schools. One example of this is how our police department has been working with Mill Valley High School journalism students to produce videos to promote safety in our city. One of the videos addressed an ongoing problem of folks warming up their cars and leaving them empty and unlocked. So let's take a quick look at what the students came up with to get the word out about that. We've been working on. We hope to expand it out to produce a few videos in some of our other departments. And you may have noticed a couple of Mill Valley High School students here taping the speech for us today. So we want to thank you to Kaylie and Julia for joining us today. We appreciate it. Citizen feedback is perhaps one of the most important parts of my job as mayor and our job as a city. This year's Citizen Satisfaction Survey is out now, and we'll be getting results back within a couple of weeks. We're excited to see what our residents think is going well and where they think that we can improve. And if you didn't get a survey mailed to you, we'd encourage everyone to go on the city's website to fill it out, and please tell everyone you know to do it as well. The wider range of people that we have weighing in on what we are doing, the better. We're always striving to improve and do more for our residents and our businesses. For me, increasing awareness and engagement with the community is key, and is something that we will be doing much more of moving forward. This past October, I had the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to visit two of our sister cities. My family was able to join me, Councilmember Brandon Koenig, Johnson County Commissioner Jim Allen, and Shawnee Sister Cities Club President Dennis Busby on a 2-week trip to Erfurt, Germany, and Pittem, Belgium. It was an incredible trip, and we had the opportunity to meet lots of people and really get face-to-face and first-hand experience in both cities, especially with their fire departments. To my dismay, they do not have local police, and which made me appreciate the fact that we do even more. What struck me as a strong bond of friendship and respect that is evident in Shawnee and our European sister cities, and our city flag is flying there, as well as they have other symbols around. The connection is everywhere, and even though they're halfway across the world from us, they encounter the same issues we do, and their goals are the same as ours. Okay, so while I loved everything about the experience, the people, the food, the history, the architecture. There's one thing that I was mesmerized by. So all of their cows and sheep wear these bells around their necks, and it makes the most beautiful sound I have ever heard. And I could have stood out in the rain for hours listening to these cowbells. So maybe we can get more of our cows in Shawnee to wear bells. So I'd like to, yeah, we've seen lots of changes over the years when it comes to retirements, and more people will be leaving this upcoming year. People with decades of experience are moving on, and we are so thankful for the wealth of knowledge they have brought to the city. We're trying to keep in mind that change can be a good thing, and we're fortunate to have good people and good employees who are ready to fill those big shoes. 2016 took some dynamic leaders from us across the country, and we were no different. Among others, we lost both longtime city attorney Marvin Rainey and former Mayor Tony Suter. Both men were truly pillars of our community, and their legacy and impact on Shawnee was enormous and will be seen and felt forever. And talk about more, they set the stage for more. So with the theme of more, it seems fitting to honor and celebrate both Marvin and Tony today, because of all the people they would want Shawnee to keep growing and doing more. So if everyone can have a glass of sparkling cider ready. So today I would ask that you raise your glass for a toast to Marvin and Tony, a toast to Shawnee, and a toast to more in 2017. Thank you.